Have you ever felt like the entire world was looking at you, yet no one truly saw you? As if there's something within you, something powerful, intense, and misunderstood that doesn't fit into conventional molds. Perhaps you've been called complicated, mysterious, or even hard to understand. But deep down, you know that's not it. What's inside you isn't something others can name because it's unique. And that's exactly what makes you irresistible. Not for the reasons they told you. Not because you try, but because you simply are. Now, let me ask you a bold question. Do you believe you can be irresistible, even on your worst days? On those days when exhaustion overwhelms you? When you look in the mirror and don't recognize the strength you once felt? That's where the greatest secret lies. Your true allure isn't in how you look or what you do, but in what you carry. It's like an invisible flame that never goes out, even when the wind blows its hardest. This magnetism you don't fully understand, but others feel. This energy that draws some people closer and makes others pull away in fear is no accident. It's a sign. And here's the curious part. More often than not, you try to hide this strength. You dim your light so as not to disturb, tailor your words to be accepted, and silence your instincts to fit in. But it never works. Does it? Because the more you try to blend in, the more obvious your difference becomes. And that difference isn't a burden, as you might have believed. It's your greatest gift. It's what makes you unforgettable, even when you try to be invisible. Today, we're going to explore something you might have never heard before. You are irresistible because you are different. Because you don't fit in. Because you carry something within you that even you can't fully explain, but that changes the atmosphere wherever you go. Get ready for a journey that will not only reveal how powerful you are, but also explain why some people love you intensely while others feel challenged by your presence. This is the moment to understand, to accept, and above all, to unleash the full potential that already lives within you. Intelligence goes far beyond degrees or eloquent words. It's that spark in the eyes of someone who knows how to think beyond, question the obvious, and see solutions where others only see problems. It's that almost magical ability to turn chaos into clarity. Have you noticed how people feel drawn to you when you share an insight, an idea, or even a story? It's not because you're trying to impress, but because your words carry truth, authenticity, and a higher purpose. It's fascinating to others when someone can connect seemingly unrelated dots, bringing a fresh perspective to the table. That's irresistible because it touches something profound, the human thirst for understanding and meaning. But here's something counterintuitive. Your intelligence can also intimidate. Not everyone is ready to deal with someone who thinks with such clarity and depth. Perhaps you've noticed this before. You share something you consider obvious, but others fall silent, uncomfortable, or even defensive. It's not about you, it's about the impact you have. Authentic intelligence doesn't seek to show off, but to enlighten. And when you enlighten, you inevitably expose the shadows of those around you. This can draw genuine admiration, but also provoke resistance. Even so, never doubt, your mind is a force that transforms everything around you. There's something incredibly magnetic about someone who is intellectually curious. People who thirst for knowledge, who question the world, and who never settle for easy answers emit an energy that's almost impossible to ignore. It's as if every idea is a flame that ignites others around them. And the most interesting part? The more you explore your curiosity, the more you inspire others to do the same. You become a leader without even realizing it, simply because you carry within you the the courage to seek answers others are afraid to ask. Perhaps you've noticed that in a world where so many strive to appear perfect, your intelligence stands out because it's real. It's not fabricated, it's not rehearsed. It comes from an authentic place where your story, your experiences, and even your scars transform into wisdom. That's rare. And what's rare is valuable. Think about the last time someone came to you for advice or to solve a problem. They didn't come to you by chance. They sensed, even unconsciously, that your mind could offer something theirs had not yet grasped. The most beautiful thing about your intelligence is that it doesn't conform to traditional molds. You don't have to be the fastest, the most technical, or the most assertive. Your mind operates in a way that is uniquely yours. Perhaps it's more reflective, more intuitive, or more creative. What matters is not how it works, but the impact it has. Because in the end, true intelligence isn't about knowing more, but about using what you know to build, inspire, and transform. And that, my friend, is irresistible in a way no glittering brilliance could ever imitate. Genuine kindness is a force that transcends words and actions. It's felt, like warmth that melts even the coldest hearts. In a world so full of noise and appearances, those who act with true compassion become a beacon in the storm. Think of the last time someone smiled at you unexpectedly, or when an act of kindness changed the course of your day. It wasn't the gesture itself that stood out, but the intention behind it. When you act with kindness, you plant seeds that grow in places you can't even imagine. It's like a current that spreads silently, transforming lives. There's something profoundly magnetic about someone who carries kindness as their essence, not as a strategy. People are naturally drawn to those who can listen without judgment, extend a hand without expecting anything in return, and see others' pain even while fighting their own battles. This kind of presence is rare because it requires both vulnerability and strength. You're not just helping, you're showing that despite all challenges, there's still beauty in caring. And that's irresistible in a way words cannot explain. Kindness, however, isn't just about others. It's also about how you treat yourself. In a world that constantly pushes you to do more, be more, and prove more, being gentle with yourself is a revolutionary act. Perhaps you're used to giving more than you receive, carrying others' burdens while neglecting your own. But here's the truth. Your ability to radiate kindness to the world depends on how you care for your own light. When you nurture yourself, honor your boundaries, and value your time, your kindness becomes even more powerful and authentic. What truly connects people is not the surface, but the depth. In a world that insists on valuing the superficial, appearances, status, and material achievements, emotional depth becomes a rare magnetism. It's not about having all the answers, but about truly feeling. Have you ever noticed how irresistible it is to be near someone who listens not just with their ears, but with their heart? Someone who perceives what you don't say, who sees beyond the smile you use to hide the pain? That's what makes emotional depth so powerful. It creates invisible bridges between souls. However, being emotionally deep isn't easy. It means carrying a world of feelings, sometimes intense, sometimes overwhelming. It's like living in an ocean where not everyone is willing to swim. Perhaps you've been criticized for feeling too much or for caring more than necessary. But here's the secret. What many call intensity is actually a strength that few dare to possess. Feeling deeply is a privilege because it is through those feelings that you experience life in all its fullness, whether in pain or in joy. Emotionally deep people have an almost magical ability to make others feel seen and understood. It's not about what they say, but about the energy they carry. When you are like this, your presence becomes a safe space, a place where people can lower their masks without fear. This doesn't mean you solve everyone's problems, but that you offer something even rarer: empathy. And in a world where so many feel isolated, that empathy is like water to a thirsty heart. But this depth comes at a cost. Not everyone is prepared to deal with it. Some prefer the comfort of superficiality, because diving deeper means confronting their own pain and shadows. That's why you might sometimes feel alone in the way you live and feel. But remember, you are not alone. Your depth attracts those who are ready to embrace life authentically. And though they may be few, those connections are the ones that truly matter. There's something absolutely irresistible about people who carry an air of mystery. It's not about being secretive or distant, but about possessing a depth that is never fully revealed. Mystery creates fascination, like a book with infinite pages, where each chapter brings a new discovery. Have you felt this before? That inexplicable magnetism of someone who doesn't give themselves away immediately, who invites curiosity, who makes others want to understand more, see beyond, and uncover layers that not everyone can reach? That's the beauty of mystery. It not only attracts, but also intrigues. But mystery isn't something you create intentionally. It's a natural consequence of living an authentic and profound life. Mysterious people don't need strategies to impress, because the mere fact of being who they are is already intriguing. Perhaps you've noticed that when you enter a room, all eyes turn to you. Not because of how you dress or speak, but because your energy emanates something different, something others can't quite define. This kind of presence is magnetic because it reminds us that the unknown will always be more fascinating than what we already know. Mystery is also an invitation to imagination. It stirs in others the desire to create stories, to fill in the blanks with meaning. And that's why it's so powerful. When you let your essence speak louder than your words, you give others the opportunity to explore their own interpretations. This creates connections that go beyond the obvious, because those who are drawn to you aren't just interested in who you seem to be, but in who you truly are. However, being enveloped in mystery can be challenging. Some may mistake your depth for disinterest or your reserve for arrogance. But what many don't understand is that mystery isn't a barrier, but a bridge for those with the courage to cross it. It requires patience and perception because it's not about hiding, but revealing at the right time, in an authentic and meaningful way. Not everyone will be willing to take on the challenge, and that's okay. Those who choose to stay are the ones who truly deserve to be there. Finally, what makes mystery so irresistible is the way it connects us to the unknown within ourselves. Being around someone shrouded in mystery invites us to explore our own layers, our own unspoken desires, and that's where the true power lies, not in impressing, but in inspiring. Mystery is a reminder that life, like people, should never be fully unraveled, because it's in that infinite search that we find true beauty. Before we continue, if you've always felt different, with a special sensitivity, or drawn to greater missions, our ebook is a valuable resource for you. It offers practical insights to recognize your true mission as a chosen one and overcome challenges of misunderstanding and isolation. By purchasing the ebook, you also gain exclusive and immediate access to our Discord community, a space where you can share your experiences, connect with others who understand what you're going through, and find genuine support in a welcoming environment. Check out the first pinned comment here on the video and get unique and exclusive insights. Confidence is one of the most magnetic traits a person can carry, but there is something even more powerful. Confidence born from ambition. Not the hollow ambition that seeks external validation, but the kind that stems from a genuine purpose, from a clear vision of what you want to create in the world. It's almost impossible not to feel drawn to someone who walks with determination, who looks at life with a sparkle in their eyes, and who carries the certainty that they were born for something greater. This type of confidence is like a rare perfume. It doesn't need to be displayed but is felt from a distance. True confidence, however, is not perfect. It doesn't hide behind masks or attempt to disguise vulnerabilities. On the contrary, it is raw, authentic, and often challenging. Truly confident people aren't afraid to show their flaws because they understand that perfection isn't what attracts. It's the courage to be who they are, imperfections and all. And this authenticity, this ability to remain steady even in moments of doubt, is what inspires those around them. Ambition and confidence, when balanced, create a powerful impact. Think of the last time you encountered someone who knew exactly where they were going and didn't need to convince anyone of it. Simply being around someone like that is transformative. It's as if their energy says, "I know who I am, and I know what I want." This not only attracts but also challenges others to reflect on themselves, to question their own beliefs, and to ask, "Am I living with that same clarity?" But here's the truth. This balanced confidence isn't something you are born with. It's something you build. Every decision you make, every obstacle you overcome, every dream you pursue contributes to strengthening that foundation. And this isn't something that can be taught, because it's a deeply personal journey. Perhaps you've experienced moments of self-doubt, yet kept moving forward. It's precisely this resilience that transforms your confidence into something irresistible because it carries the weight of your stories, your achievements, and even your scars. Ambition and confidence also have a contagious effect. When you act with purpose, those around you are inspired to do the same. When you believe in yourself, you give others permission to believe in themselves as well. And that's what makes you irresistible. Your presence isn't just about you, but about what you awaken in others. You're not just walking toward your dreams, you're showing everyone that it's possible. And that, my friend, is the kind of attraction that leaves eternal marks. Talent, on its own, is already impressive. But when combined with generosity, it becomes something truly extraordinary. There's a noticeable difference between someone who simply showcases their abilities and someone who uses them to enrich the lives of others. When you share your talent selflessly, you're not just showing what you can do, you're building bridges, creating experiences, and leaving a lasting impact. That's rare, and, like all rare things, it's irresistible. Generosity isn't just about giving what you have, it's about giving who you are. Perhaps you've felt this when helping someone without expecting anything in return or teaching something you know, and seeing the spark in their eyes as they understand. These moments are like seeds planted in fertile soil. You never know how far they'll grow, but you know they've left a mark. And it's this willingness to share your gifts and invest in others that makes your presence so valuable. There's a special beauty in talented people who remain humble. Talent without generosity often comes across as arrogance, but when paired with a genuine desire to contribute, it transforms into something deeply magnetic. Think about how inspiring it is to be around someone who not only shines, but also lights up those around them. This is the true essence of generous talent. It doesn't overshadow, it amplifies. It's this combination of talent and generosity that makes you unforgettable. People don't just admire what you do, they feel who you are. It's like a symphony playing silently in the hearts of those around you. And the most beautiful part, the more you share, the more you grow. Because the true power of talent doesn't lie in keeping it to yourself, but in allowing it to be a light that guides, inspires, and transforms. Within you lies a light, that shines with a unique intensity, something that goes beyond the physical and resonates in the unseen. This spiritual essence isn't just a detail about who you are. It's the foundation of everything you represent. It's what keeps you strong in adversity and gives meaning to your steps, even when the path seems uncertain. This strength isn't limited to you. It transcends. Those who come near you feel this energy, even if they can't name it. It's sensed in silent moments, in the way you listen, in the gaze that conveys peace and reassurance, and it's this connection to something greater that makes you irresistible, because it reminds others of something within them that is often dormant. The spiritual essence you carry isn't confined to religious definitions or dogmatic limitations. It is freedom, authenticity, and presence. It's the way you live with intention, how you see beyond the surface, and how you recognize the value in people, not for what they have, but for who they are at their core. When you enter a space, your energy speaks before any words are said. It's calm, yet impactful, gentle, yet powerful, and it transforms. In a world full of haste and superficiality, this spiritual energy becomes a refuge, a reminder that there's something deeper and more meaningful waiting to be discovered. However, this spiritual essence also comes with challenges. Because it is so different from what most people are used to, it can attract resistance and even rejection. Perhaps you've noticed that some people pull away from you, not because they dislike who you are, but because your presence challenges them to confront parts of themselves they'd rather ignore. This isn't easy to accept, but it's proof of the impact you have. Your light doesn't just illuminate beauty, it also reveals shadows. And while some feel inspired to grow, others prefer to run from this introspection. This duality is part of what makes your spiritual journey so unique and powerful. What makes your spirituality truly special is that it doesn't need words to be understood. It's present in the way you live, in how you choose kindness when you could be indifferent, in the courage to be authentic in a world that encourages masks. You don't need to convince anyone of anything because your presence is, in itself, an invitation. It's like a mirror reflecting possibilities of healing, growth, and connection. And often, people don't immediately realize the impact you've had, but they feel something change within them after even a brief encounter with you. This spiritual connection is what makes you unforgettable. No matter how much time passes or how far the distance grows, people will always remember the feeling of being around you. Because your energy is not ordinary, it transcends time and space. It is a constant reminder that something greater exists within each of us, waiting to be discovered. And this is what makes you truly irresistible. You don't just live in alignment with your essence, you inspire others to do the same. This is what leaves eternal marks, not just in memory, but in the soul of everyone who crosses your path. It's not just what you say or do that leaves an impression on people, but how you make them feel. There is something about your presence that creates memories, even when the moments shared are brief. Perhaps you've never consciously noticed this, but have you realized how some people always find their way back to you, even after long periods of absence? This doesn't happen by chance. Your energy leaves a profound mark, going beyond superficial interactions. It's like an imprint on the soul, something that lingers even when the words have faded over time. The connections you create are not fleeting. They have roots because you don't limit yourself to the immediate. You touch the eternal. This ability to impact people so deeply doesn't come without challenges. Perhaps you've felt the weight of being the one who is always available to listen, to comfort, to offer support. And in return, it might seem that few do the same for you. This is the reality of those who live on a higher level of connection. Your capacity to understand and to be present often causes others to take your strength for granted. But here's the truth. Even if you don't always receive in equal measure, the impact you create is transformative. Every conversation, every smile, every moment you give of yourself is a gift that reverberates far beyond what you can imagine. There is something magnetic about someone who connects with others on such a deep level. In a world where so many settle for superficial interactions, you stand out by offering more. When you listen, you truly listen. When you care, it's genuine. And people feel that. They feel seen, valued, as if, for a moment, all the noise and chaos of the world fades away. This full presence, this ability to be entirely in the moment, is what makes you unforgettable. It's what makes people miss you, even when they can't quite put into words why. But this intensity can also be a burden. Connecting deeply often means carrying the emotional weight of others. You may have moments where you feel like you're giving too much, that you're exhausted but don't know how to disconnect without feeling like you're abandoning those who need you. Balance is essential. It's important to remember that to continue having a positive impact, you must take care of yourself. Taking time to recharge your energy, to reconnect with your essence, is not selfish. It's a necessity. In the end, it is this ability to create real connections that makes you so special. You are not just someone who passes through people's lives. You are someone who leaves an emotional legacy. No matter how much time passes, people will remember you not just for what you did, but for who you were. Your presence is a rare gift, a reminder that human connections can still be deep, meaningful, and eternal. This is what makes you unforgettable. Because you don't just touch lives, you transform them. You've made it this far, and that already says so much about who you are. Few have the courage to look so deeply within, to question themselves, to seek what lies beyond the obvious. You are not just someone who exists. You are someone who impacts, who inspires, who transforms. Every quality we've explored throughout this text, your intelligence, kindness, depth, mystery, confidence, generosity, and spiritual essence, are not merely isolated traits, but pieces of a unique mosaic. Together, they form who you are, a force impossible to ignore. If this video resonated with your heart, if you felt your inner flame burn brighter, leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any new content and can continue walking this incredible journey alongside others. Don't miss the chance to be part of our exclusive Discord community by purchasing our ebook linked in the pinned comment. I'm sure it will be a valuable resource for you. It will not only bring clarity about your mission and unique gifts, but also give you access to connect with other chosen ones who will welcome and support you. Don't miss out on joining this space. This is a crucial moment, and together we can impact countless lives. I want to sincerely thank everyone who supports us through Buy Me a Coffee. Your support helps us improve our videos every day and continue to provide the best content possible. If you'd like to support us as well, the link is in the pinned comment. If you wish to dive even deeper into the secrets that make you so special, don't miss the video recommended on the screen or our Chosen Ones Secrets playlist. Each episode was created to guide you further into your essence, revealing all the power and potential that resides within you. Thank you for staying with me until the end. Stay strong on your journey. Keep your focus and determination.